Hey everybody, this is Tan Colbert of Colbert Tech Repair, and today I'm going to be giving you an overview of the Gigabyte 990FXA-UD3 motherboard.
Hi guys, this is the 990FXA-UD3 motherboard by Gigabyte. It has the dual UEFI BIOS. It has high temperature protection, humidity protection, electronic protection, and power failure protection. It's a humidity protection coating, PCB. It's 108 decibel SNR audio chip, an AM3 Plus ready, AMD FX processor ready. It covers the 9 series of AMD chipsets. It has AMD Crossfire technology, NVIDIA SLI ready, and it's Dolby Home Theater ready. As you can see here on the back, it has some charts for you. The humidity protection, it uses the fiberglass PCB. Same with the electrostatic protection. The power failure protection is higher on this one because it has a dual BIOS instead of a single BIOS. It uses all Japanese caps, as you can see right here. So the temperature protection is a little bit higher. It has on-off charge. It has always hot USB ports, so you can charge your devices like your cell phone. It's USB 3.0 and SATA 3.0 for higher speeds. It says it has 3 times the USB power. It says it runs cooler MOSFETs. As you can see here, if you would zoom in a little bit. It has a 4-DIMM DDR3 dual channel memory, all solid Japanese capacitors. SATA 6 gigabit ports. It has 6 SATA 6 gigabit ports. Dual UEFI BIOS. There is the TPM, the USB 3.0, 2.0, your COM port, your PCI slots. It has PCI Gen 2 slots up here. Here's your HD audio. And you have USB 2, 3 LAN, SATA ports, SIP diff out, optical, and a regular PS2 port for your keyboard or mouse if you still have a legacy mouse. Now I have used this motherboard, so it is not in the box. I used this in one of my prior builds. So here is the motherboard. As you can see here, it uses a 24 pin CPU power. Here's some of the capacitors. It has 6 SATA 6 gigabit per second ports. Here's your TPM over here. It's USB 3.0, USB 2.0 headers, and your high quality sound. Here on the back you have your I/O panel. You have your HD audio. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You have 12 USB ports on the back here, and 2 of them are always hot, and 2 are USB 3.0. You can see the socket over here. It's for AMD sockets. I have the mounting points up for a Cooler Master Hyper Evo 212 cooler. You see here the memory slots are not colored, but they are dual channel, 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. It has 1, 2, 3 external fan headers and 1 CPU fan header. Your CPU header is 4 pin. All the other headers are 3 pin. You have your south bridge heatsink. This is your north bridge heatsink. Yeah, this is your south bridge. This is your MOSFET over here. There are some issues I had with this board. The issues I was having was whenever I went to overclock with this board, I seen big voltage drops and the VRM was overheating on this. As you can see, this is completely movable with my finger. Same with the south bridge, or north bridge, excuse me. They're completely movable. They should not be movable on any board that you plan on overclocking on. I ran the 990FXA-U3 processor on here, and I could only overclock to 4.2 gigahertz before I started seeing voltage drops and the VRM overheating. So if you use this board, I would not recommend it for overclocking. Over here we have 4 PCI 2.0 slots. We have 2 legacy slots. Yeah, here's another 2.0 slot. It is SLI ready and a crossfire ready. Take you around to the back of the board here. You can see the fiberglass finish that makes it more electronic and heat resistant. And this is the mounting hardware that I had for my Hyper 212 Evo. I'll actually grab that for you. It would sit on here either, I had it set up so it would sit this way, so it would not block my RAM ports. Now as you can see, the motherboard itself doesn't have very much room. I was only using one fan on here, and if I mounted it this way I was fine. If I tried to go this way, then I was getting very close on my RAM spacing. So that's something to be aware of using big coolers. The mounting for the Hyper 212 on this board is pretty difficult, I would say, compared to most. Like with the H100i, all you have to do is just put on the AMD bracket. But for this specific motherboard, I had to put on an external bracket on the back to be able to use the AMD setup for the Hyper 212 Evo. Well guys, that about wraps it up for the Gigabyte 990FXA-UD3 review.